Hi, Lemon Nation. I'm Tara Setmayer, co-founder and CEO of the Seneca Project, and this is the Setmayer Sound Off. All right, America, we're now a month into this Trump-Musk dictatorship, presidency, and it's been unlike anything this country really has ever experienced. Fair to say. The shock and awe of all of this has been by design. You understand that, right? It's to wear us down and distract us and frankly to condition us to the chaos and this whole strongman rule as being normal. But part of the plan is to break the country so that Trump can just swoop in and say, oh, look, I fixed it. Only I alone can fix it. Remember that? But it sounds more like a ruler than an American president, right? Right now, we're watching Donald Trump publicly declare himself a king. And I'm not talking figuratively, literally. The official White House Twitter account actually tweeted out an image of him wearing a crown on a fake Time magazine cover. Now, this was referencing New York City's controversial traffic congestion pricing thing, which is a local issue. I don't know why he's weighing in on it. But the tweet said, congestion pricing is dead. Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king. I'm sorry, what? Think about that for a second. We have an American president actively embracing the idea that he should rule like a monarch. But this isn't a one-off, people, okay? Over President's Day weekend, Trump posted, again on Twitter or wherever, he said, "He who saves his country does not violate any law." This is a quote attributed to Napoleon, the guy who famously crowned himself an emperor. It used to be a joke that delusional people thought they were Napoleon, okay? The little guy. Nobody's laughing at this anymore, all right? It's not funny. Remember the whole I'll be a dictator on day one thing? Just day one? I think we're well past day one. Now, this is not just dangerous. It's an outright rejection of the very foundation of our country. America was built on the rejection of kings. We fought a freaking war to break free from a mad king. Our entire system of government is structured to prevent one person from holding absolute power. And yet, Trump and his MAGA minions are out here telling us that that's how it should be. They're shoving it in our faces. Now, can we talk about what that actually means? We've seen Trump openly embrace something called the unitary executive theory. Now, this is this radical right-wing belief that the president should have nearly unchecked power. And it's a theory that Congress, the courts, the will of the people, none of that matters. It's a theory that was baked into Project 2025, right? That plan that Trump didn't know anything about, that they're executing right now. Trump's allies spent 4 years crafting this, and they wanted to consolidate and seize power once he was back in office. Well, look what's happening. Now, make no mistake here, okay? The guy is acting like a mad king. Look what he's done in a month. It's been a month. Trump has repeatedly tested the limits of executive orders to go around Congress, push through policies with no checks or balances. He's stacking the government agencies with unqualified loyalists. He's called for the termination of parts of the Constitution so that he can get his way. He's really testing the system. He's even out here accusing the president of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, a man actually fighting for democracy, of being a dictator, while he himself is embracing the full authoritarian playbook and acting like a puppet for Putin. You don't believe me? You want more proof? Just look at CPAC. That's the annual Conservative Political Action Conference. It's a whole gathering of the GOP MAGA base where they go and worship Trump like a god for a week. It's happening now in the DC area. And they don't just see him as a president, they see him as their cult leader. And that's what makes this so alarming. It's not just Trump, by the way. We all know that he's an ignoramus. He didn't cook up these ideas on his own. I've got news for you. There's an entire movement out there pushing for authoritarian rule in America. And it's underwritten by a cabal of billionaire technocrats. And I'm not just talking Elon Musk. He's bad enough. Remember that guy, J.D. Vance, the supposed vice president? Yeah, that guy. J.D. Vance's entire political worldview has been shaped by his ties to tech billionaire Peter Thiel. Now, Thiel bankrolled Vance's career including investing $15 million into his Ohio Senate campaign. He got Trump to endorse him. And then Thiel was very influential in getting Trump to pick him as his VP. And then there's this political theorist guy, Curtis Yarvin. This is a name you need to know. Both of these guys openly advocate for dismantling democracy. Yarvin openly calls for replacing democracy with a monarchy or CEO-run state. He argues that the U.S. should be ruled by an all-powerful leader who can dissolve Congress and suppress oppression and opposition. Sound familiar? According to an article last summer in the New Republic, this guy, Curtis Yarvin, in 2012, wrote a speech on how to reboot the U.S. government. He says, quote, if Americans want to change their government, they're going to have to get over their dictator phobia, end quote. He's also written favorably about slavery and white nationalist stuff. In the late 2000s, though he states that he's not a white nationalist himself, okay. Now, Thiel has backed Yarvin's ventures and embraces his vision. In 2009, Thiel himself wrote, I no longer believe that freedom and democracy are compatible. So let's recap here. Peter Thiel, the Silicon Valley billionaire benefactor of J.D. Vance, who's bankrolled his entire career, considers this obscure Silicon Valley software engineer and political theorist named Curtis Yarvin as his philosophical guru and advisor, a guy who's written lengthy manifestos about his lunatic fantasies of turning the U.S. into a patchwork of mini corporate techno fiefdoms ruled by CEOs with absolute power. And enslaving working class and poor people too, because, well, if they aren't useful, they're disposable. And that's just scratching the surface. This is the sphere of influence around Donald Trump, and it's horrifying. As I often ask, where the hell is the mainstream media? They're not covering any of this with the urgency it deserves. People need to know. Most Americans still aren't fully getting what Trump and his enablers and his puppet masters, yes, that includes Elon Musk and his billionaire backers, what they're doing to dismantle our democracy. They are slowly, deliberately eroding the very institutions that hold this entire country together. And if we don't wake up now, it will be too late. So let me be clear. This isn't America. This isn't what people voted for. This is not who we are. And if we don't push back and speak up, we may never recognize our country again. This is a warning. Democracy doesn't defend itself, and it doesn't die overnight. It erodes little by little with people looking the other way. If you don't speak up, if you don't call it out, if you don't fight back, democracy will fall. And once it does, we're not getting it back. There's really no time to waste. Wake up, pay attention, speak up, get out there, fight back, because no one's coming to save us but us. That's it. That's my sound off. That's this week's Setmayer Sound Off. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Be sure to like and subscribe to Don Lemon's Lemon Network on YouTube. And if you want more of me, please like and subscribe to the Seneca Project. We have a weekly show on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Myself and my co-founder, Michelle Kinney, called The Stakes. Check us out there, like and subscribe, and wake up, pay attention. See you next week.
Thanks everyone for watching. Your support means the world to us. So make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to our channel to make sure that you never ever miss a video. We're live every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time. We drop even more content at 2 p.m. Eastern and 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you want more Don Lemon Show content, we'd love for you to become a member of the Lemon community, where you will receive access to special community posts. You'll get exclusive content and members-only live shows. So head over to our channel page or click the join button on this video. Again, thank you for watching. We appreciate your love and your support, and we will see you next time.